A Friendship in Vienna is a really interesting film. Sometimes it's quite a light film, sometimes it's much heavier and really moving, and I think it has a really strong balance. This is a Disney film from 1988. It's directed by Arthur Allen Seidelman, and it's written by Richard Alfieri, based on the book by Doris Orgel. And we have a cast including Ed Asner, Stephen Macht, Jenny Lewis, Kamie Harper, and various others. And it's about two young girls in Vienna in the 1930s. We have a Jewish girl and a not Jewish girl. And needless to say, there are some attitudes that are very unkind to Jewish people at the time. And it's about their friendship. And they have this wonderful friendship. They're called Lise and Inge. And they have this gorgeous friendship. But as time passes and the effects of the war become more prominent, there are attitudes that are quite hurtful, that can drive a wedge between the two friends. And it's fascinating to watch and really thought-provoking, but also very moving and quite challenging to watch, because this is, of course, generally based on the reality at the time. And I think, as I said, they had a really good balance of making it quite light and giving us some really happy moments between the friends, and then making it a little heavier and a little more moving. The narrative is really well handled. The characters are really, really well written, and it's definitely helping make it more moving. It's so easy to care for the characters, to care for Lise and Inge and want the best for them and want them to stay friends. But obviously, knowing what we know about the war and what happened to Jewish people in the 1930s, it's a difficult watch. Difficult because it's very well done. I think it's probably easy enough to understand for younger viewers. It's the kind of film I could imagine. I've never seen this before. I hadn't to my recollection. But it's the kind of film that I would imagine school children would watch in the classroom after they've had a few lessons about the Second World War. It's absolutely the kind of film we would have watched growing up after learning about the war. So I can absolutely see it being, I guess, something that can spark conversations in the classroom. I think it could be really, really good for that. And I also think it could be engaging for today's younger generations. I'd like to think it would be engaging for today's younger generations anyway. But the good thing about films that are set in the past is that even if the film itself seems dated in terms of technology and other aspects like that, because it's based on history, it kind of just makes it feel a bit more authentic. Even though this wasn't filmed in the 30s, I think it just lends itself to feeling older and making it easier to feel like you've gone back in time. I'm trying to make an argument for the fact that I think today's younger generation could still enjoy this. Great camera work, great lighting. We have quite soft lighting that works really, really well. We also have some good costumes, a nice range of locations, really good music, solid performances, well-written characters, a very well-handled narrative. Light at times, heavier, moving, meaningful in others, with some solid dialogue as well. A Friendship in Vienna is a solid film, and if it sounds like your kind of thing, then I'd say it's certainly worth watching.